when they start marketing, they have a definitive call to action. And some of the things that we've noticed with agents is, hey, they send out all kinds of great emails, and there's no link with a call to an action. Okay, so you can send out all the best info in the world, but where do I go with this stuff? Where do I click on a link? Where are you taking me?
Because the management and transparency is what's very important. So once you submit a referral, you're going to have your own Home Advantage account, and it's going to tell you where everything sits. So if you have 10 referrals that you've sent into the network, it's going to give you all 10 referrals. It's going to tell you every milestone that client is sitting in, whether they're touring homes, whether they're in escrow. And you now can manage through the Home Advantage application as far as what your pipeline looks like for the referrals that you've sent. And so it's pretty sophisticated, and it's all click of a button, guys.
All right, welcome everyone. Hope you're having an awesome Monday. I've got my co-host Trenton with me. What's up, Trenton?
What's up, Tristan?
How are you, man? You're out of Denver. Look at those clouds, bro. It's amazing.
I know. There's a little bit of sun shining through.
I like it. And we've got Colin with us from RealTech Power Marketing. What's up, Colin?
Hey, doing great. Excited to share the great stuff we've got going. All good.
I love this conversation because it goes well with the idea of LabCoatAgents. We're always looking to see what we can bring you that's cutting edge or being done differently to improve your lead generation, prospecting, conversion, the whole process. And so here we are with Colin. Colin, the first thing people are going to notice when you speak is your accent. Can you give us a background on it, please?
Well, the long background is originally, many, many moons ago, South Africa. That is my background.
Oh.
So for anybody else joining us today, hey, great rugby weekend. Had a lot of fun in the quarterfinals of the World Cup, so we had a blast. And now in Canada, Toronto, and serving 50 states right across coast to coast. That's what we do.
I love that. I love that. Thanks, man. Good. That was shorter than I thought. Thanks, Colin. All right. So you've got this great product. You and I have been talking for years now. And our conversation started with you being able to track and follow the IP address of people visiting our websites or just in general of a farm area so that we can then gain their business. How has it developed since then? What are you offering now?
So just browse back real quickly. You're correct, Tristan. Initially, we were doing some radical things with geofencing and capturing IP addresses of computers, desktops, etc., and IDs of mobile devices. We still do that because things have changed tremendously, as everybody knows, in the last few years. So what we're doing right now, the program that I'm going to focus on today is our Intercept Leads program. We've been working on it for quite a while, and we cracked the code. This is really, really rad stuff, Tristan. So what we do over here, and I know you love that, right? So this is going to change the game for a lot of agents. So everybody today is playing in the same sandbox. You're either doing Google, PPC, social media, all of that kind of good stuff. Back in the day when I started with my team, and that's probably going back 12, 13, 14 years ago, early stages of PPC, it was great. There were very few agents doing that. Today, inundated, no exclusivity whatsoever, and you're fighting, and cost of lead acquisition is going through the roof. So what we're doing by nature of the name Intercept Leads, this is not a PPC program. I want to stress that. So what we do is, you first off, you share with us your state. Once we know where you're at, you're going to tell us the counties that you want to target, and you can then drill down to towns and cities or cities and towns, and then drill down to your zip codes that you want to target.
Okay.
So we're micro targeting over here. Once we've got all of that, between buyers and sellers, what we do is when anybody looking to either buy a house, sell a house, okay, they would enter keywords or phrases into primarily Google, where 97% of the market is, or Bing or Yahoo, and anybody that goes into Zillow and Realtor.com via a search engine, okay, the moment they input their keyword or their phrase right into that search bar, we got them. So
okay, so Colin, I can type in homes for sale in Malibu, California. And because I already got that region with you, I instantly capture their IP address and I can follow them.
So almost. We capture the IP address, yes. So we capture the IP address. Hey, we can't make it random to everybody here, Tristan.
Hey, I tried, okay?
You did. Cool. So we capture that. Now, once we capture, okay, that IP address of the device, so that's either the desktop or laptop or mobile device. If anybody goes on through their mobile device into Google or any one of those, we will capture the ID. And they're not exactly the same. So we get both of them. Once we've got that, we now have the actual address. We then append to the home address. Where is that computer or phone resident? And from a phone perspective, just to be clear, we use a formula. If the phone is resident at one address between 8 to 12 hours, typically that's your home, unless you sleep in the office. Maybe that's you, Tristan, yes. So, so once we've got all of that stuff, we then take all of those addresses, and through our machine, we're able to grab the primary home address, if you will. Once we've got the home address, we're able to see who lives at the address, who's on title. Once we've got who's on title, we now have emails, phone numbers, and demographic fields as well, which are contact, personal, financial, household data, behavioral habits. And we're going to share a little bit more about that in a bit and how it's going to help agents micro-target, optimize their admin time, which is really important. And for ISAs or those agents who are on the phones, we're going to be able to share with you, hey, these are the leads that you should be connecting with first, as opposed to just going random where people may not be qualified and you're wasting your time. So we're going to be your partner, if you will, in being able to streamline what you do and do it really well. So that gives a snapshot, everybody.
And I think that's the exciting part once we get into that too.
I'm sorry, Trenton, lost you?
I think that's the exciting part once you start to dive right into what all these other data points are that you're able to capture.
Absolutely. So why don't I share a screen if that's okay with everybody?
Colin, yeah, go ahead. And Manny's got a question. Is it available in Canada?
Manny, apologies, my friend. Unfortunately, at this stage, due to regulations, we're unable to do it in Canada right now. Working on it, but we're beholden to different rules and regulations and what we can't do. And to be candid, if we did a watered down version or a real light version, you wouldn't get the value that you're looking for. But Tristan, as soon as we've overcome that and there's something that we feel we can put our weight behind, we'll definitely share.
Is it available in any other country?
At this point in time, US only.
Perfect. So for now, we'll go with that. Colin, share your screen with us, buddy. Show us what this looks like.
Okay. Cool. Let's do that.
And for those of you wondering, yeah, we're testing it out. Trenton jumped in on this last week. We were impressed. So, plus I've known Colin for such a long time. I'm like, let's do a webinar that showcases what this is so people can understand it.
Absolutely. So let's share.
I think my favorite part about it was that you don't even just get the first name, the last name, email, and phone. You're getting all these other things that Colin's going to go over here in a second. But it's the vast amount of data that you have that you can then break down into, specific audiences, especially.
Right. I'm going to show you that in a short moment. So, 2 programs. You can either purchase seller leads or buyer leads. Trenton's and is managing Tristan's account with seller leads over here. All your seller leads will be in here. And then you're able to download all of your prospects, unfiltered prospects, if you will. Okay, and that's really, really important because there's best practices that we would share at another time exactly how to handle this. So really important, folks, with these Intercept leads, what I want everybody to understand is they don't know you, okay? We've intercepted them on your behalf. And the important thing is, just think about this for a short moment. You spend a whole bunch of money on PPC with Google, and you say, hey, what is my home worth in Malibu? So now I'm going to jump onto that, and I'll end up on Tristan's site. And up comes his pop-up, and the first question is, hey, populate the address. I fill that in. The next pop-up is, hey, give me your name, your email, and your phone number. And me, the prospective seller, says, heck, I don't want to talk with an agent. I'm out of here, and they bail. Now, Tristan paid for that lead through PPC, but he never got anything out of it. So our system is going to be able to identify, because of the keywords used, those types of seller leads that come in because they've gone in and entered that phrase in the search bar. We grab them. Now, they don't know you. They haven't reached out to you. And you're going to remarket to them through emails and Facebook, okay, with relatable content to get them to engage you. And if they did fill out that lead capture form, they probably filled it out on 20 other websites as well, right? So that's the kind of thing that we do. You're going to actually get all of these leads before they go to any other agent's websites who have, in fact, paid for PPC. So let's talk about the different custom segmented audiences. These are all defaulted using algorithms within our system, and I'm going to show you in a short moment exactly how we get these and what you pull. So we've got defaulted to move down sellers, move up sellers, if there's a vet in the household, distressed sellers, love that. So as opposed to getting distressed sellers or anything like that through services, you getting them from people who enter phrases in Google who say, hey, have to sell my home quickly for top dollar. I'm not going to say I'm distressed. When it goes into our system, we identify whether they're in trouble or not. And you're able to go in here and create that audience and start marketing to them immediately. Move up luxury sellers, buyers, if you will, based on income and so on. If you want to go a little more global, length of residence, investor opportunities, retirement strategies, and real estate investor. Those are all preset audiences, and you are able, as you can see down here, you're able to change the data ranges. So every market is different, and we understand that. So the home value, this is appraised, you can edit that and change it. Homeowner age, the household size, generations, number of adults, number of kids, length of residence, income. And that's what I was talking about as far as qualifying. if they don't have a half decent income and they don't have a decent credit score, why are you going to target them unless you do rent to owns? Okay. So all of these fields over here are here for you, A, to create audiences, B, to qualify those audiences and start targeting them in micro-targeted, relatable messaging. Real important today, everybody. You can't send a one-size-fits-all message to anybody anymore. They don't relate. You know, if I've got a senior who's in their 70s and thinking of selling, and I'm either going to move down to a condo, a smaller ranch, or I'm ready to go into assisted living, no point in sending them a one-size-fits-all message, something like divorced listing, right? Not going to relate. So we're going to coach on the system, Tristan, what to do to which audiences, okay? And as we've shared with Trenton, everybody that joins with us gets graphics for ads, gets templates, gets scripts, all the marketing material that you need. Really important. So we've got all of that good stuff. Here's your LTVs, so your loan to values and your credit scores. Now, once I've created my audiences over here, I can create a segmented audience, and that segmented audience will be relative to these fields over here that you check off in the check boxes. So if I only want to target people who've got an LTV where the loan is 50% and equity is 50%, I can create that audience and nothing else if that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Then download it. Okay. And I've got a list that I can pass on to my ISA team. Okay. First of all, my marketing team is going to engage them with marketing pieces. And when the ISAs get onto them, they can then target them with a special segmented audience list. Really good for the ISA too. So you keep them narrow. They're not going to have to jump from targeting a global audience and the next second I got to change my script and start moving into a seniors audience, a move-up audience with 2 kids or length of residence. You can really refine what you're doing. This one is a game changer. So
Colin,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So when we have this segmented list and we're downloading it, what does it integrate with as far as the CRM?
At this point of time, the actual lists themselves download specifically as CSVs.
So we can upload that to any CRM.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Yeah, you will be able to. And as we progress further, we'll be looking into integrating with the various, I'm going to use the term more popular CRMs, if you will, one at a time. Okay. So, but at this time, real simple to move up into CRM. And Trenton, you may want to chime in over here because I know we've had this discussion whereby you were talking with members of your team and Tristan's team, whereby it could be uploaded into the CRM, and then it would also be able to take all the highlights and populate it there. So it makes it real simple for the agents.
Yeah, definitely, because we'll be able to create custom fields within our CRM that we're using it for. And so then whenever we do this data import, all that information will automatically flow into that lead profile page. And then they'll have 15 to 20 different data points that they can work off of, especially when they start that communication, whether that be a smart plan, whether that be an email campaign, whether that be Facebook retargeting, things of that nature, to where you can really cater specific ads specific to those type of buyers that you would just continue, or sellers in this case, that you would continue to flow into that custom audience as that list continues to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. Colin, I have a question before we move on.
Sure.
When we've got this list ready to go and we've uploaded it to, let's say, Follow a Boss, and we have some plan, what are best practices that you've seen that work well for real estate agents? Absolutely.
So our recommended best practices is to take your initial unfiltered list. And the logic behind that is on a daily basis, you're getting, and by the way, yes, you get leads daily. Okay, so you get leads daily, Monday through Friday. Our take on this is we don't send leads out on the weekend because a lot of teams, the admins, etc., are not working on the weekend and they get lost in the shuffle. So Monday through Friday, you're getting your leads. As the leads come in, we have some people who are uploading them immediately, and they're unfiltered. So send them a message through email first. Okay, now I forgot to mention, but I'm going to mention it right now. All of these leads that you folks get have opt-in emails. This is huge because there's no other lead generation system that we are aware where these leads have opted in to receive emails from you. Nobody. So these are opted in emails, right? You can start marketing to them immediately. We have a mechanism where we ask permission up front. If we get through Google or any one of these places by getting that data through, and there's no opt-in email, from our perspective, it's not a lead. You will never get it.
That's great because we can instantly put them into our newsletter.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to be either your newsletter or a global, USP or UVP, if you will, right out of the gate. And I would suggest you do that, for the first few days a week, and then start getting the ISAs on the phone or the agents go on the phone. Because they never reached out to you, in essence, they don't know you. But you want to be sending them messaging with valuable content so that when you do make that call, they're happy to talk with you. You're offering them tremendous value that may necessarily not be salesy to begin with. So this is huge. Then the next order of business, once you keep doing that and you build up enough of a segmented audience, then you can start segmenting. So depending on the quantity of leads that you purchase, okay, and it starts at 100 and goes all the way up into the thousands, depending on the size of your team, if you will, you'd be able to do that in a bigger sector or a smaller sector. Brings me to the next important thing. Once we've done that through email, now you want to be going into the custom Facebook list creator. And as I shared with you, when that screen came up, we can create that segmented audience, but you can also create a custom Facebook audience, and it's all automated. Everything is automated, folks. It's as quick as pushing a button. And when you create any one of those audience lists, all you have to do is save it. And it saves it in a download history within your account, within our app, if you will. So real simple. You click, you save. The beauty is, if this is doing really great for you, once you've now taken that audience and you've refined it, so where those data points, the ranges, you refine it to where you want it to be. Once you save that, you can go back to the next month or the next period that you're going to market, and all you need to do is click on View and Reuse. And all your settings are saved, and they're saved for a period of 12 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we've taken the work out of this. You don't have to try and remember, what did I do that brought me these results? It's there, ready
all right.
to go.
Colin, I have I like all this, right? That's why you're on here. We loved it. I know that there are going to be so people sign up, they're going to have some questions. They're going to have like hiccups. Where do they go and ask these questions? Do they go to you? Is there a forum? What does this look like?
Yeah. So first off, when people sign up, every week we have coaching. So we have coaching. So initially they'd be onboarded and we give them how to work it. And then weekly there is coaching. And the coaching is specifically how to optimize the system to get the highest ROI possible. All relevant to the system.
Got it.
In terms of how to convert and what to say and overcome objections, Tristan, you're the man. And so in that respect, we keep it tight. We keep it to the system. We do it every week, and they can come in. If in between coaching they hit a roadblock, then they have to contact support at realtechpowermarketing.com, and we'll reach back out to them. Because we've had issues where there's certain things that people come up with, and we may not have addressed it in coaching. But please, when it comes to coaching, we'd love for the agents to submit all their questions and scenarios so we can cover off everything. So hopefully that answers the question over there for you, Tristan.
It does. It does. I think my main concern was that when people sign up, there needs to be a place for them to learn best practices, and you answered it. That's it. So, Trenton, I have a question. We signed up. What are the things that you're excited about first? And then what's been a learning curve for you so that people can also listen into that?
Yeah, so one of my favorite parts is the push for 55 plus active adult communities. I kind of shared a little bit of information on that in the chat. And the reason why is because you can focus on having that age demographic with that audience list. So anybody that matches up with that type of age will be able to focus on that. And then you can take those and start to build out ads custom to those adult communities. Since at least where I'm at right now, there's, probably at least 5 to 10 active adult communities within a 10-mile radius here. Even with master plan communities, there's an abundance of those. But I also think it's a strong point for being able to focus on specific demographics. So what if you want to focus on veterans because you're a former veteran as well? And if that's the audience that you kind of cater to, especially, again, kind of near where I'm at in Colorado Springs, there's a huge presence of veterans there just because of the military bases that are there as well. So it allows for that custom audience to easily be focused on through retargeting, or whether those be email campaigns as well. Because the big thing is you want to add those to your newsletters, so that way you can also continue to follow up with them too. And then a pinpoint you kind of asked about or a pain point. To be honest, I haven't really found one yet, because these have been working super well to where you can go in and you get all that information. And I guess the hardest part would probably be to re-engage them, to be able to, since they don't know who you are. So you're going to have to do a good job of, getting your face out there, getting your team out there, and then, having them come to your website as well. So as long as you have a good nurturing plan, and a good re-engagement plan, that's what's going to be really beneficial for you.
Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Colin, anything you want to add to that? Any challenges that you think people, when they jump in initially, have with this?
The only things that I could share over and above what Trenton's already mentioned, I want to make sure and that when they start marketing, they have a definitive call to action. Some of the things that we've noticed with agents is, hey, they send out all kinds of great emails, and there's no link with a call to an action. Okay, so you can send out all the best info in the world, but where do I go with this stuff? Where do I click on a link? Where are you taking me? So either it's the relevant page in your website. In other words, if you want them to do a home valuation, just using that as, make sure that it goes to that landing page. If it's a UVP, take them to that page. And, Tristan, you and I had this discussion, which I love because it worked for us tremendously. And that's the comp graphic. Okay, so we can absolutely tap into that in either in coaching or the next webinar, in terms of, hey, and I know I'm stressing sellers here, this works for buyers too, obviously, but for sellers, what do they want to do in these trying times? We can't necessarily say they want to sell their home quickly, because some may not. But the one thing for sure, they want to get the most money possible for their property.
Yeah.
And we're going to share exactly how you would use comps the exact same way as you would go into a listing presentation. You got to be ready to start putting a little extra effort in and use that in your marketing. Because if you can demonstrate to the potential seller that, hey, I'm the agent that's going to get you X amount of more money for your property than other agents in the area, they will pay attention to you. So little things, and we'll definitely coach on all of that, Tristan, but it's going to impact huge on the results. Okay. Because right now, let's be realistic. 95% of all the agents are saying exactly the same thing. I sold a home for over asking. Well, guess what? So does everybody else say that. Initially, I used that 12 years ago, whatever it was, before anybody was doing that. Now everybody does it. So you have to be able to come out of the gate with something different. And it would be something like, hey, we sold a home at 123 Main Street for $50K more than a similar home sold with a different agent in your neighborhood or another agent in your neighborhood. Okay, now show me the proof. Here's my proof, either in the email or the landing page. You're going to get attention, and people will pay attention if you can put more money in their pocket. At the end of the day, that's all what they want. So those are my thoughts, Kristen.
They want more money and they want speed, right?
Yep.
Fast can it happen? How much money do I pocket? So those are the. Colin, I love that. All right, Jake, put in the link. If you have questions, take a look there. It's Intercept Leads. You can see the link there. If you have any questions, Colin, how do people get a hold of you if they want to ask questions?
If they want to ask questions and they want to ask questions to me directly, put it into the support at RealTechPowerMarketing.com and put attention column. Then the team will know to forward it to me, Tristan, and I'll answer all of those questions, because at this moment, I'm better qualified than anybody on our own team to answer any agent questions that you may ask. Look. And of course, for all LCA agents, there is a special right now, Tristan. So, So we're looking forward to help everybody in building your business.
Yeah, man. Look, as we're using it, Trenton and I will come back and we'll show you what's working, what we've tweaked, what you guys need to change. This way, it's all in practice, right? That's what we're bringing to the table.
Yep, and I appreciate that, Tristan, and to share this with everybody that's with us today and on any of the other recordings. Given that, hey, I was an agent with a pretty fair-sized team, our programs were built from the boots on the ground up. And this is key. We weren't just a bunch of tech guys that decided to build out programs with no experience in the field. So please, everybody, relevant to what we're doing, if you have any requests whatsoever in terms of how we can make this better for you, because at the end of the day, we're all about making this program better for you so you can close more deals. It's as simple as that. Let us know. If it's doable, happy to oblige and make it even better, so long as it falls within the framework. And we can talk about it another time, all our other programs that we've got going as well, Tristan, as you know all about them. So, yeah, but we're listening. We want to hear from you. Tell us what you would like to see. And just relating to my experience many years ago, 13, 14 to be exact, when myself as a team leader used to mention to the tech company, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Because they were totally out and out tech orientated and no realtors on the team per se. They were very reluctant to make changes. We're happy. If it makes it better, let us know. That's my promise to everybody.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Colin, thank you for being on. Everyone, check it out. Take a look at if this matches what you're looking for your business. And Trenton and I will keep on bringing up news or anything that we test out. I know that Trenton texted me over the weekend. He said, dude, we've got to test this out and run some lead ads with some of these leads. So I know we'll be testing that out as well. So thank you for being on. Any questions you've got, send them over to Colin, or send them over to us. Thanks, Trenton. Yeah. Thanks, Colin.
Trenton, Tristan, if you get anything, just forward it to me. Please do.
Will do.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Have fun in Toronto. Stay warm.
We're trying hard. Take care.